Hey guys, this week we're talking about your fail-safe plan to run epic discovery calls. Now, a discovery call is basically your sales pitch. This is the first time and first opportunity that you have to connect with a client. Now, this first face-to-face conversation can be super intimidating. I get that. You don't really know the person. You don't know what kind of questions they're going to throw at you. It can be super nerve-wracking. But despite those jitters, this call will be one of your most valuable assets. Not only can a discovery call lead to a paying client, but it can also lead to referrals, whether or not you sign this person. So if you're ready to infuse some genuine and quality personality and connection to this call, you're going to stay in your client's heart and minds for the long run. Okay, so let's talk about a couple ways to nail your discovery call. The first and the most important tip is to prepare for it. Like any job interview, you have to know what you're walking into. So this is going to take some research on your part. If a client has reached out and you have at least their name and their email, you're off to a good start because you're going to take those items and you're going to Google the heck out of them. I want you to check out their website if they have one. I want you to go to their social media channels. If they work on part of a team or with an office, I want you to read everything you possibly can about that company. I want you to read every word on their websites. Reading stuff like this and doing your research will give you a better feel for their work, what it is that they do, their workflow, maybe even things like how they write, or you'll get a better sense for their personality on social media channels. Now, I will say if you can't find them online, which nowadays is rare, but it does happen, if they don't have a big social presence and you can't find a lot of details about them, don't be afraid to ask in an email before you even get to the introductory exploratory call. Don't be afraid to ask for their social channels. I usually think that's the last resort. Do try to find it on your own first because after all, you and I are supposed to be resourceful VAs. After you've got some of your research down, I want you to then plan out how you hope this discovery call will go. It is possible for you to lead the call. In fact, I have several other videos popping up somewhere up here that are all about typical questions that clients ask virtual assistants and how you can lead that conversation to help you nail that client. But I want you to get into the mindset that you are going to be leading this discovery call. And that's because if your client is coming to you looking for a VA, chances are high that they want somebody to take a lot of work off their plate. And you can show them that you're capable of doing that by leading this call. So take notes right now, because here are a couple questions that I want you to think through as you're preparing for your discovery call. Number one, think through how you want this call to go. Now, this is a really important one because a lot of people get on this call and they just start talking about themselves. Me, I. First of all, talk to your client. You're really here to listen. So instead of you spouting information and throwing information at them and potentially overwhelming them, think through how you want the flow to go. You are probably here on this call to learn about them. So what's your opener going to be? What kind of small talk is it going to be? Are you even going to engage in small talk before the call? Then what do you want the flow to look like? Do you want to start with me, all about me and my business? Or do you want to ask them questions about them, their business? What kind of questions do you need to ask in order to determine if they're a good fit for you or not? Here's an example. You might start the conversation with, so good to connect. I'm really excited for our call today. Where are you? I'm calling you from New Orleans, Louisiana. It's really warm here still in the winter. Where are you? That can be like a kind of a small talk opener. And then when you open with a question like, how are you? Where are you? As that small talk progresses, you can start asking them questions based on their answers. Oh, you live in Boston. That's awesome. I see that you work with XYZ company. They're doing some really interesting things in thermodynamics. Tell me more about your job. So even a small talk soft opener can open up some really interesting doors, but you can lead that conversation. Something else to think about is, do you want to bring up pricing and payment schedules on this call or not? If you think that the client is going to be a good fit for you, then yeah, you might want to bring up things like pricing, your pricing, how often you charge, how you accept their payments. Are you open to any sort of discount? These are some things that you can play around with if you so choose. But if you're not feeling this particular client on the call, or you think this person is not a good fit for me, skip the pricing question and don't be afraid to tell them that you don't think this is a great fit. I have had several calls where a client has not been a good fit, and I knew that right off the bat, either based on the work that they were looking for or personality types. And it is okay to say to them on a call, you know what, I really don't think that I'm the assistant for you. There is no shame in that game, because if anything, I think they'll appreciate you not wasting their time. Now, if you want to stay in their good graces, and this is something that I always suggest that you do, because you never know when this person might give you a future client referral or might be a boomerang client, meaning they might not be a good fit for you now, but maybe they are 5 years down the road, is if you tell them that you're not a good fit right now, consider finding them a referral. Consider saying, hey, I can reach out to my other networks of VAs, my network of virtual assistants. I'd be happy to see if there's anybody else who I can connect you with. Something like that ends on a really good note because you're still helping them, even though it didn't go how maybe either of you planned. Last thing I want you to map out on your call is what are your next steps once you get off the phone. So you've completed your conversation, you both hang up, and you kind of think, now what? Do you wait for them to reach out and say, yeah, you're hired, or no, not today? Or is it appropriate for you to reach out? It's kind of like dating. Do you have to wait 3 days? My suggestion is have a plan for how you're going to follow up after the call too. Don't wait for them to come back and mull it over. Send them a thank you email right after the call. It's kind of like sending a thank you note after a gift. You want it to be timely so that the person appreciates you reaching out. So you've just hung up the phone, click, go grab a cup of water, a cup of coffee, take your dog for a walk, come back and write them a thank you email. Just a simple one. Thanks so much for connecting. Really appreciate you taking the time to speak to me. Here are the services that you've told me you need. Here are the services that I can help you with. Here's a reiteration of my prices, my rates, my hours of operation. I look forward to speaking, or I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. Something like that is pretty powerful, because not only have you done your research, you've led the call, you're also leading them into the next steps. And that is you're reiterating your prices, your services, your hours. Boom, boom, boom. They have all the details they need. And now they know the ball is in their court. So that's a very quick video for you guys this week, how you can lead an epic call. And do check out some of those other videos I have. I will also link them in the description, all about how to pitch clients, how to lead interviews, the most common interview questions you have. I even have a couple courses that are fully dedicated to this in-depth interview process. As always, you guys got this. I'm excited for you. Welcome to the VA world. You can do this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.